Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. And as usual, every time we come on this program, you can immediately pick up your telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything. Politics, religion, socioeconomic issues, any issue trending. We speak about it. And you have the opportunity to call. The number to call is 442-0175. We're on RealFM 91.9. We're on Facebook. And you also can get us on YouTube. So we open up and we're encouraging you to express yourself. This morning in particular, the government is about to celebrate 1 year of the political party winning election. Sometimes we have been accused of being too lopsided. The people believe that we speak more in favor of NNP. That is not really the truth, but one could understand why people believe that. Because we've been attacking the government on a lot of issues, particularly the policy decisions that we don't agree with. So now I give you the opportunity to pick up the telephone and call me. Tell me what you are comfortable with, what you agree with that the NDC did for the last 11 months. There must be something that they did that you agree, particularly the supporters. NNP may not agree with nothing they do, but you, the NDC supporters, give me a call and tell me what is it that you agree with, what you're comfortable with, what you could stand up comfortable and defend. We know there are some things that they did that you don't so comfortable with. Tell us what are the things you're comfortable with. Just call us and punch. And you others who perhaps don't agree, call and tell us what you disagree with. What is it that the NDC has done so far that you have problems with, you have challenge with, you are uncomfortable with? So we want to take as much calls as possible this morning. We want you to speak. If you are a supporter of the NDC, then you must be able to defend the NDC. You become an apologist. If you agree with something that they did, say so. You don't have to tell us what you disagree with. The NNP supporter is going to point out what they disagree with. You call us and tell us, what is it that the NDC has done over the last 11, 12 months that you're comfortable with? You agree with it. Even if other people don't agree with it, you call us and tell us. My good friend, please do. This is your opportunity. You see, I thought it important because on many occasions, I meet individuals in discussion and I always ask them, what is it that you agree with? Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good day.
Yes, my caller.
Yeah. Well, I see the government catching in hell to, they find it hard to pay medical bills. Based on what the guys, they say they don't comfortable paying the medical bill. But I listen to Coachman say people in St. Andrews are a different breed of people. They say people in St. Andrews paying bill and they're smiling, you know, but I first time I heard, I know great time people are going to pay bill, they're grumbling. But Coachman say people paying bill in St. Andrews and they're happy paying bill. And the government do happy to pay bill. So I wonder what the Coachman had. I wonder who trying to turn him a poo-poo. Somebody trying to turn him a poo-poo. Coachman must think nobody paying bill and smiling. No way, no.
Nobody in the world wants to pay bill.
Nobody like to pay bill. Nobody like, every time a bill come, people grumbling. But Coachman say St. Andrews people smiling paying bill. At this morning I see that.
And if from St. Andrews, so he's supposed to know.
So St. Andrews is a different breed of people. You know, that's to me that kind of strange because the government don't want to pay bill. and they're complaining, and then Kojaman say St. Andrews people paying bill and they're smiling. So take him, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, so we want people to call us and tell us what is it that you are comfortable with the NDC political party in government. It's about 1 year they're in government and they seem to be comfortable. They seem to believe that they're doing extremely well. You call us and tell us what the NDC did that you are comfortable with. And if you are not comfortable with what they do, please call us and tell us. Yes, caller, welcome.
The reason why the people were laughing, they were laughing at Cultureman, and he didn't even know they were laughing, making the fool of him. Sorry, he didn't know that. They wasn't laughing while they paid white at the bill. They were laughing at him because he talks too much nonsense.
Yes, so we want people to call us this morning and talk to us. We have to get used to this expressing ourselves. Sometimes, because somebody disagrees with you, it doesn't mean that they break free. They just disagree with you on one subject matter, or they disagree with you on politics, or they have a different religious perspective from you. But it doesn't mean that we cannot work together and unite. We don't have to agree. We're not talking about uniformity there. We're speaking about working unity. Today, we have an opportunity to call the radio station and tell us what is it the government have done so far that you are comfortable with, that you support, that you agree with, that you could defend. And we're particularly interested in some of you NDC supporters. Give us a call. You know you could always call my program. Honesto, I have not heard from you in a long while, Honesto. So call and give us your thoughts, Honesto. Call and tell us what is it that you agree with. What is it that you agree with so far? Call us, Honesto, and tell us. We particularly interested in what the government has done so far, and people agree with it. We want to know. So we want you to give us a call and give us that information. We know we have a lot of people that disagree with certain issues. So you may disagree, another person may agree. Call us and tell us what is it that you agree with. And remember to share our program. It's very important for the program for you to share the program. So share the program and like the program. Endorse it. You just have to press the like sign nearby and you could share our program. And more people would know about it. If you put it on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook page, or you put it on you send it to somebody on WhatsApp. There are a number of people not on Facebook, but they're on WhatsApp. And a lot of the elderly people, yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Well, how we do call in?
Yeah, we want people to call and tell us.
And they're taking time to call us.
Yes. So,
we appreciate
is there anything that NDC has done so far that you agree with?
I don't see they do nothing because the pension, Dr. Mitchell was paying the pension since the year before. So I don't see what I have to agree about.
Then what is it you disagree with?
The
What?
thing and them what's going on, Mr. Pierre.
Give me some.
Health.
Because we're saying generally, but
We need health, we need work, we need the cost of living to go down. I go and pay my phone bill. They tell me I have to pay $220. I don't know when they come with a package, they tell me better to pay $215 instead of I have to pay $250. Well, I say it's a good package. Now they're telling me I have to put $5 on it to make it $225 and $20. So how you could telling me the government doing good things, what nobody cannot see? Where the eyes go from? Tell me, I don't know where the eyes or they can hear. Where the hearing go or where the eyes go. I want them to tell me. They get the money. I don't get money. No young people didn't get money. You know, it's old people that get money. Where the money go? Right through the bank. Nobody, no money, don't spending. So who get money, put it in the Gary bank or in the what banks they have it in, and nobody cannot spend. And we don't get the job to work to go and spend. So what it is all about. I want to hear them call. Call and say what is the best they hear, what is the best they see. One tackle on a year, you know, we pay pension, you know.
All right, let us hear them and you'll call back later.
Oh, all right. And Mr. Pierre, you know what I want you to do for me?
Yeah.
Comment about your brother. I don't hear you. As a brother, comment about
I made a comment on him, you know.
When?
My issue is he must grow where they plant him. If he wanted money, he would not have stayed in the country. Okay. As a public officer is one of the most patriotic jobs in the world.
All right.
And then the police and public officers, they have the system in place so they could challenge things if they don't agree with it. Yeah. Yes. So give us a call. Call us and tell us what is it that the government has done so far that you are comfortable with, you agree with it, you could defend it. Please give us a call. Almost all members of my family, all my siblings, started working with government. Whether in the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Health, teachers, legal department, we all about. And one of the things we understand very early, that working in government is perhaps the greatest act of patriotism. But you will not make money. You won't get rich. And we were always encouraged to grow where they plant you. In our family, we encourage people to reach to work on time. Be to work on time. And as a result, most of the siblings was involved in trade unions and other organizations involved with government. So the Ministry of the Police Force, the Ministry of Health, teachers, public officers, they have a system in place to protect them. So if you disagree with the police decision, you can appeal the case to the Public Service Commission. And even you disagree with the Public Service Commission, you have the Public Service Commission Appeals Board. But you can take the public service to court. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre Bagley.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Jenny program and a program with Jenny Simon, and she was giving her the qualification of your brother there. Wow, I'm a full qualified man. I'm a top all them exam and them and they still deport him.
Yes, but
something had to be wrong because they should say the criteria for getting the position. And he top all the exam. If he died the criteria and they still bypass him. So something wrong somewhere. I don't know who something wrong somewhere. You gotta listen to her and she keep all your long of the qualification. So far he passed all his exams in flying colours. He died mark. So I don't know why the criteria for promotion. So they have to explain why the criteria for promotion.
Yes, you see, in instances like that, individuals can challenge the matter. Some people don't bother. Some people will just say, I don't wasting time and challenge the system. Don't bother. Some don't bother. But there are systems in place for you to challenge the system if you felt injustice has been done to you. So this is why I kind of ignore public officers. They have strong unions. They have the court system. And most of them have little discretionary income. And the position they are in, they're supposed to be able to manage their funds better than people in the lower income group. So it's not that I don't feel aggrieved about them, but they're in a much better position than the workers in Carriacou. The workers that lost their job from Carriacou, from Paul's, the workers in the caregiving program. One worker tell me she's walking on ice. The sister whose husband, whose boyfriend, spouse, make for Trinidad eventually. And she have 2 children for him. 2 for somebody else, and she was pregnant. Well, she make the child know. She have 5 children, and the boy make fortune at that. I'm more concerned about these road wardens and these workers, the workers in marketing board, MNIB. I'm more concerned about them. It's quite true when a sibling is affected, but there are areas for redress in his department. Sometimes he chooses not to bother. A lot of public officers that choose not to waste time bothering. And I encourage them to grow where they plant you. I take strong objection to nurses leaving Grenada to go to England. I don't agree with it at all. Government train you. Government educate you. You become a qualified nurse and you tell me you're going to greener pastures. England should be paying for the nursing program in the Caribbean. They would take our nurses away and our medical doctors away, and there's nothing we can do about it. The government of the day is introducing a policy that says if you don't get money, you'll get corrupt. That is one of the saddest action I think the government take. One of the saddest statements made by the Prime Minister, stating that he have to increase the money of the politicians, otherwise they're going to get corrupt. What's about Miss Mary? What's about Betty in Moya? Or Cousin Elvin in St. Andrews? Or Miss Dahl in St. James? In all communities, you have women in particular, men too, but more women, who are poor, who are they refer to them as river stones, as old motel. They always have something to offer. They always have a good word of advice. They help anybody. They always have a little food to give you. Now, if you who are in the higher echelons of society, the higher income group, is claiming that if you don't get more money, you're going to get corrupt. Well, how much is enough? Donald Trump must value about $2-3 billion. There are some people that value billions of dollars in the world and they want more. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes,
Pierre.
my brother, welcome.
Yes. Well, one thing that I'm happy about, and I could give the present government kudos for, is mastering the art of lying, deceiving, and disappointing its population. That is one thing I can definitely give them kudos for, because that is what they have been doing for the last 9 or 10 or 11 months going. Disappointing, lying to the people, right? And in some cases, adopting corrupt practices. You understand? But my greatest disappointment with them is a lot. But one of my greatest disappointments with this present government is the blatant removal of $150 to persons who need it most. And then you turn around and you slap the same people in their face by raising your salary by $2,000. That is pure disrespectful to our citizens of this country. And that is one of my greatest disappointment with this present government. And so, what they have done. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, my friend. Brazen and arrogant manner. You know, most insensitive. I think this is a crime. I call it the declaration of a psychological violence against the people. The people in the lower income group. The people that government promise. Every time a government come in power, these are the people that have the greatest expectation and hope that they're going to get help. The government practically closed the door in the face of the people, and some of the militant supporters was rejoicing. Then they go and pong stone in the river. They're using it to drink rum. I can't, it's difficult for this one for me to digest it, you know. But now we're encouraging people to call. Pick up the telephone and call. Call me and tell me what are the things the NDC have done so far that you are comfortable with, that is worthy of celebration, that you agree with, that you could defend, that you support. What are the actions the NDC has taken so far? Please give us a call and tell us. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
And how are you, sir?
Great, a little challenge, but great.
Okay, then. You have two so-called NDC members, what was call you every now and then. One culture man. Where is he? He can call and say nothing good that his party do.
I think he's going to call a little later. With that one, culture man would wait a little later and call.
I hope so, and I wish that he could call and give you something good, because this morning I hear you say that St. Andrew's people smiling, that they smiling, they go and pay their bill happy.
St. Andrew's people?
Yeah, that I heard him. I heard a gentleman call you and tell you about it a while ago.
Yes, yes.
I just want to confirm that I heard
yes,
it too.
Yes, it's good.
That he say St. Andrew's people smiling when they go and pay the bill. So I want to know who gives St. Andrew's people this kind of money talking about it.
They must get the money yesterday.
And then now, the next one will call you sometime last week and tell you to give you 100 things that the government do. And you tell him you 5. He forced to give you 3. I want him to call you and tell us.
Well, by now, because I encourage them to get 5.
I want him to call you and tell us how much, let's say one good thing the government do.
Yeah, if you're a strong party supporter, you're supposed to know 5 things.
That's right. You're supposed to know at least 5 good things. 100 days? Not even 100 days. Okay, 1 year since this government in power, and none of them up to now, none of them could come and say at least 5 good things the government do. Well, the government's a waste of time.
Well, we really want them to call this morning.
Yeah, we want them to call back and tell us what good this government do for 1 year.
Yeah.
Later.
Yes, thank you. Yes, give us a call. Tell us what are the things that the National Democratic Congress under Dick Mitchell did for the last year, just under a year. What are the things you're satisfied with? What are the things you're comfortable with? Please give us a call and tell us. On the other hand, if you have dissatisfaction with things that the government did, give us a call and tell us. When you support a political party, it's important to always know what the party is doing that is good. Because party is going to make mistakes. So we expect the Dick Mitchell-led NDC to make blunders. We expect that. We are not chastising them for all mistakes that they make. But it's good to know it. So please call us this morning and tell us what is it that the NDC has done that you're comfortable with. They do that and you could say yes. As a result of the NDC coming in power and a year ago, they did that and we are comfortable with. There are some issues I have fundamental difference with. When the government as soon as the government enter office, the government took $2,000 added to the income. The statement the government made that was earth-shattering was a fundamental statement. The Prime Minister took that money for his team because he don't want them to get corrupt. Now, what happened to all the poor people in the communities? What happened to people who dedicate their life to work with lepers and to work with sick people and to work in hospitals, nuns, priests, very educated people, who go and study 6, 7, 8, 9 years and decide we're going to sign for poverty. And that has been happening all over the world from all centuries. You had Mahatma Gandhi was a lawyer. He could have ignored the issues and make millions. Nelson Mandela spent years in prison. He was a lawyer. He did not have to make this sacrifice. He could have continued under the system and make millions of dollars. Dr. Kit Mitchell was making a lot of money. Well, his success, his financial success, was from the United States. But he came back here. He and others came back to make sacrifice for this country. So it's practically an insult when you hear people say, if you don't get more pay, you will get corrupt. That has nothing to do with corruption. Sometimes more money you have, you find people who have big houses, cars, they have real estate, they're worth millions, and they are involved in corruption. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
I look for you in Grenville Friday. I see you.
No, couldn't make it that.
Anyhow, yes, some of the good things that I support the government is the paying of the salaries to people. One, paying of the back pay, the retroactive pay. Two, the teachers in National College got an increase of pay, and the cooks in the school have got an increase of pay, and I think a real deserving money for the cooks in the school. That is what I could point out so far.
The cooks in all schools?
I don't know if it's all schools, but I think it's the primary schools. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because remember, some of the cooks in the schools are under the Public Workers Union.
Okay.
And I don't think that negotiation is settled yet.
Well, I'm not sure.
And some of the cooks in the schools are e-monies.
Okay, but I think that the cooks in the school deserve increase.
Yeah.
Along with deserve increase.
Okay.
But my most disappointment with the government is the sending home of people. I feel that once a man is working and is giving satisfaction on his work, whether it's an NMP or NDC, and you have not done anything wrong, you shouldn't send him home. If you don't have money to pay him, it's a different thing. Once you have money to pay him, you should not send him home, regardless of whatever side he supports. I'm totally against government for that. I think that's one of the most wickedest things that is being done, and I'm not in support of it. People must be allowed to work freely apart from the politics. I have been a supervisor for years, and I've never in my life sent home or have a problem with somebody because of the political aspiration, whichever political side they support. I've never, and I will never do that. People are free to think whatever thing, and I am getting it that you are sending home people because they are NMP, based on what I see going on. I was working with the schools, and I was sent home. Yes, it was a contract. The contract was up, but I was sent home. And to date, I don't know of anybody that replaced in anybody's schools where I used to be. So I'm not saying because of me, but anybody that is working and is giving satisfaction should not be sent home, regardless of whichever government in power, whether it's NMP or NDC. People must be allowed to work free. And I'm totally against this government for that. And to me, it is a widespread, because every week you hear it's either somebody sent home, or they moved that person from there, or something like that. It's not looking good. Up to now, the people in Carrico have not been looked upon yet, those that were sent home. And a lady took the government to court and won. Where they proved that they couldn't find any reason for sending home the person. And I really think that the government, the opposition, should spell out that a little more. The people that are sent home by government, try their very best, see if you could find a case against them. Because, it doesn't really look good at all to send home a working man because he supported other party.
And particularly in light of the fact that the Prime Minister promised them that he'll make them permanent. He chastised the government before He called the government lawless.
Yes.
He says it's illegal.
And the worst thing is that when you report those things to the Prime Minister, he pretend like he didn't hear you at all.
Yeah.
He's doing like Eric Williams in Trinidad, taking out the hearing aid. I really don't feel happy over that.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, caller. Thank you very much. So we want you, caller, to call. Call us and let us know what is it the government is doing that you're satisfied with. What the government has done so far that you are comfortable with. And what the government is doing that you're dissatisfied with. And it's a good opportunity for you to do that. It's always important for you to be able to express yourself and give reason for it. So we want to encourage you to give us a call this morning. Some people chastise me for not being fair to the NDC. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the security contractors, as the last caller was saying, people were sent home. Do we know how many contractors were sent home?
No, I don't have the details in that.
So we're not sure whether or not it was 10, 20 or so.
No, because normally when they get rid of all the workers that they have too, one or two may get back jobs for them. But it seems as though the government is going straight along the political line. So even if some of those that are re-employed, somebody have to be identifying them as yellow. Or maybe they have a brother that's so yellow, he give his brother a blight. So it's a straight case of political victimization among these workers.
But by the way, was there any of the security contractors that was dismissed? Were they NDC by any chance?
I don't know. I think from my observation, some that I thought was NDC had contract. Because even on the groundsmen, it was a big laugh because some of them was NDC and got fired with the groundsmen. And I think that is the time when the government makes some excuses and say who sent out paper and etc. Because some of them are their own people.
Yeah. I'm just focusing on the security guards because from what I'm gathering, all the security contractors that was dismissed or let go or was not renewed, they were all NNP supporters.
Well, one of the biggest challenge in Grenada is to know who is NNP and who is NDC. I'm an individual that live in the community, function in the community, traverse 3-4 villages on a daily basis. And within the last 2 weeks in the last election, prior to the last election, you saw a lot of movement on the ground. So it's difficult to know. You might know one or two big individuals that you say, these individuals are NNP because they're vocal. But you have a lot of people that are not discussing politics in Grenada. So you don't know where they are. It's like the girl who called me on the program, her boyfriend was in Green. And she catch him celebrating after the election. Her sister catch him celebrating. He turned and he voted NDC. And the fact that NDC won election, they promised they will make the people on contract permanent. And that was a big, people like that. And people believe that more people would be affected by the pension. Even people who were not qualified for pension believe they were getting pension. So a lot of people who voted for NDC now, they revote them and say, you're green, or your brother is green, or your sister is green. And there are instances when you had two people in a car, the wife in yellow, the husband in green, or vice versa. I remember traveling down Grenville in my vehicle, and both political parties were moving around. And I head for Grenville, and one of my friends in full yellow in front of my vehicle. And that was a signal, By the time we get my vehicle reaching Gary, it was full of yellow. I don't wear any colors. I've never publicly flaunt any political party.
I just want to focus
on the security. You there, Color? Color, we lost you.
Get to focus on contractors, because
it's difficult. Support. Yeah, it's difficult to tell who individuals were supported.
I'm saying that if all the people that was sent home were NNP supporters, all the contractors, and people are saying that it's political victimization because all the people that were sent home were NNP supporters, it begs the question as to why only the NNP supporters were contractors. Why wasn't the NDC supporters security contractors?
Well, the question here is, you had a government in office for 10 years. If you remember, the NDC was in office, lost, they lost all the seats. A significant number of NDC expelled about 10 people. And they join NDC, and these people eventually end up with NNP. Peter David and the others. Even if they did not end up with,
I know that. But
so for the last 10 years,
the security contracts, it seemed like they were all given out to NNP supporters.
Well, the question
because if all the people that was let go, if all the contracts that were not renewed were NNP supporters, it tells me that all the people who were hired were NNP supporters. Why wasn't the NDC supporters made contractors for the security firms?
One have to understand that a lot of these contract workers ended up, people get contract in the last 10 years. In the government attempt to make jobs, and I call it attempt to make jobs, 3,000 individuals went in e-money program. Government introduced take away the road wardens. In fact, they put the wardens that came to assist the police in traffic wardens. And then they had road wardens. So, and then a number of people got contract during that time. Some of these things never happened before. So it was practically new jobs made.
Why NDC supporters did not get contracts? Well, because everybody who seems to be getting laid off are NNPs. Why?
Well, I don't think
you say the Imani workers or.
But when you believe all Imani work people that involved in Imani and Greater are supporters of NNP?
No, I don't. And
in the same
going
way,
back to the Imani, just as the Imani.
You see, you could be branded.
Has anyone dismissed from the Imani?
Not yet. They informed them that those over 35. They had a meeting with.
But you've been saying that since Christmas. You've been saying that since Christmas time that they were going to get laid off.
Yes. Okay.
But what happened?
Okay.
You said they were going to go in January.
Okay, caller. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, and let me inform this caller of that they had a meeting with the Imanis and told them that they're going to get letters in January. But they didn't send them out in January. Yes, caller, welcome. We have a call on the line. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yeah.
The contract doesn't matter if I have a contract, I'm an NMP, but they don't look at NNP and NDC to give the job. Like the contract, if me is an NMP, but when the contractor don't look at NDC and NMP to give a job.
Caller, you see, one of the challenges we have in Grenada now, because of the government policy, this individual knows better. He's asking these questions because what you will find happening now is the partitioning of people on the ground. And I have been saying that over and over. It's going to destroy our society. People are being partitioned on the ground.
The thing is that
and it's going to destroy our society.
But the contractor don't look at you are NMP. And
I know of individuals who was members of the National Democratic Congress who were contractors. Take for instance now, one member of the government was on the NNP side, won election and won. Now she's a member of the NDC side. And with that, some of our key supporters, you may see them back on NDC. So it's difficult. That is what you call political tribalism.
He's running all the time.
And this is going to get worse.
But if ever an NMP have a contractor, you don't look at only NMP to give a job. Everybody get a job.
Yes, scholar. Yeah, good. Okay. Thank you. Yep, we have another caller. Come in, scholar. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Go right ahead. Yeah, welcome.
This gentleman that called previously was trying to make this point since yesterday on independent talk.
And I heard him yesterday, and that is why I was most tolerant this morning with him. So,
but you see, he's trying to trap you.
That is why I was so tolerant
because
with this question.
Yeah, but you see, what he's trying to do, he's trying to justify the victimization
and that is what,
taking hold now.
Caller,
that is what he's doing now.
And caller, that is what is sad in Grenada, and I've been speaking about it. When you hear this thing reaching the private sector, you're going to get worse. Because don't believe it wouldn't reach in the private sector. The government of Grenada is institutionalizing victimization and political vengeance. When these things reach in the private sector, it's going to get worse. And we ought not to justify it. Because we're dealing with people. When a girl say to me that she saw her boyfriend crying, and when she go to him, he use an obscenities and tell her he's not crying and walk out and go on. And then it's after she realized he was fired. A lot of bitterness going on the ground in Grenada. Some of these bitterness, people not speaking about and they're not hearing. But it's going to get worse.
Yeah, but you see, he's trying to justify the victimization by trying to prove, all right, NNP did it, so NDC could do it. That is exactly what he's trying to get at.
I know that is what he was doing.
Yesterday he was trying to come across that, but
Master
Colonel was able to deal with him.
I know, maybe I know that that is what he was doing, but I was trying to be tolerant for him to understand. More and more political victimization become entrenched on the ground. Because it's on the ground, you know. Public officers have recourse. The union could take up the issue. They could go to the Public Service Commission. They could go to the court. These people that they find, they have no recourse. And if we don't speak up for them, it's going to end up in social decadence. So it's not a question of justifying it. The government is wrong. What the government doing is a political crime. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, scholar, welcome.
I would hate to believe that if a contractor have a contract and he have to employ 5, let's call it 10 persons, that he going to go around hand-picking looking for NMPs.
Caller, you on the ground, so you know better than that.
Yeah, I will hate to believe
but
that.
Caller,
I don't believe that.
Caller, you on the ground, so you know better than that.
Right?
But you're going to always find people want to justify their political vengeance policy. The policy the government introduced now is political vengeance and victimization, and it's wrong.
Yes, you may look for a friend and give them the job. But that doubt that every security officer...
Well, you know that is not true. Well, you know that is not true.
I know it's not true.
You know it's not true.
I do expect it to be true.
It's not true.
And if it is true, I'll be hate to believe that.
But you know it's not true. It can be true.
Right.
So yes, caller. Yes, let's take the other caller. Yes, caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, my brother, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, that call I'm talking about all NNP was contractors. Mr. Pierre, remember when the Prime Minister was campaigning speech, he would not fire nobody. He will make everybody permanent. So even though the past government was doing it, he come to correct the past government. But you come and doing the same and even worse.
Yeah, so what
if the past government was doing it, and you say when you come to office, you will correct it. And how come you're doing the same thing?
So what
there is a problem.
So what they're trying to do
is
now?
Not every NNP people working are getting fired. You come to correct a situation. So we're holding you up to your word to correct what was wrong. But you're doing worse. So what it is? I don't understand these people and them.
They're trying to justify the evil practice.
He come to correct the wrongness NNP was doing. But you come and you're doing worse than even same. So what is your problem? What is the problem? Tell a man, put the facts together and stop trying to contradict what's going on. He understand what's going on. And not only NNP was in contract, it was mixed. Because NNP, NDC, they are the friends. Even though NNP gets a contract, you have the friends as a NDC will get a
Caller, you know a number NDC has lost their job. And with this system, the government file out of NDC too. A lot of members who jump up for the government are unemployed. Yeah? We have another caller on the line. Welcome.
Mr. Pierre?
Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Mr. Pierre, you must answer the guy question, man.
Caller. Hold on a while. Give me some reasons what you're comfortable with the government. I give the guy enough time, and I did my best to answer his questions.
Well, let me tell you what I comfortable with government do.
Yeah.
They save the NS.
They save NS?
Yes.
All right. Next one.
They pay the pension.
They pay pension.
They pay the doc salary.
They pay doc salary.
They pay TMR show community college members.
Community college. Yeah.
They save some of the money from the English people, for the English people. Right?
They save some of the money from English people?
Yes. What the English people promised us for the road section and the pipe, they save some.
All right.
They pay the cooks and so on in the school.
Which cooks in which school?
In all primary school.
All primary school, they raise the price of cooks?
All primary school, what the government, what the insurance, they don't bargain for, they pay, they raise the salary.
Okay.
They make education free in this country.
Education is free?
Yes.
Okay.
Up next year, they will be making the community college TMI show free.
Okay.
Mr. Pierre, you want them to guide more than that for 1 year? Mr. Pierre is a joker. Anyhow, let me tell you.
Caller.
Answer the question.
Caller. You do better than that, man. Yes, caller. We have a caller on the line? Yes, go right ahead. Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah.
So, I'm calling from Union again.
Yes, my sister.
Like they put me back on the list because somebody just come and tell me that I'm waiting and see because I have to give an official thanks to everybody on the radio.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
I will give the thanks.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much. So the sister just indicated that somebody tell her they're going to put her back on the list. But when they do, she's going to call to thanks the public officially for supporting her cry. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, that caller that asked about the security companies and who was, what they fail to realize, most of the jobs that is in Grenada at this point in time for the last how much years, they were all created under a new national party administration. For example, the security companies. More than half of the total security companies that operate throughout our countries, from the hospitals to the schools to the government buildings, they were all created within the last perhaps 8 to 10 years, right? So it is obvious that while an administration is in office, right, they're creating jobs. They want to make sure that these things go out, the best, right? They will put people there. However, though, the thing that we have to pay attention to, and a caller made mention to it, is that the persons who are being employed, they don't have a color, neither green nor yellow. They are Grenadians seeking employment, and that is the situation. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, caller, thank you. The caller on the line. We want people to call us and tell us what good the NDC has done so far. And one of our favorite gentlemen said, they save NIS. I don't understand what he means by that, but I accept that. He said they save NIS, they pay the pension. Yes, caller, welcome.
Is that Pierre?
Yes, caller.
They're sending nobody on a sending home spirit, they're sending home their own people and all. Their own people and all getting victimized, so forget that.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know a number of people who was strong supporters of NDC that home now eating stewing and sunsas. The workers of MNIB, the government, they never believed that the government would have closed down MNIB and send them home. A number of the caregivers, one caregiver told me that 2 other girls in the team tell them they're sorry for them. Because she said out of the team, there was 2 girls that was strong NDC. They had 3 that was strong NNP, and she did not know where the others was because it doesn't talk. But the 2 that was NDC tell them they're sorry for them because the government planned to fire them. We intervened, and the parliamentary representative called them back and said she speak to the Minister of Social Affairs, and they agreed to re-employ them except one. They accepted that. As a result of that, 2 of the workers so far no longer working with them. And one of them tell me she's walking on ice. The next one is 59 years. And they told her when she's 60, she have to go. This is the situation. And maybe a lot of individuals from the diaspora and some individuals in Grenada want to close their eyes to this reality. What you're doing is creating political vengeance, and you're doing it on the ground. And I'm saying it's going to backfire. I listened to the president of the Teachers Union. He himself was calling and asking for the head of NNP workers, those NNP supporters. From the president of the Teachers Union, I interpret what he said to mean he was advocating for the head of NNP workers. You heard the union say people working 19 years with government were fired. The Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, in 1 year, perhaps is well qualified to have lied more than all other politicians put together in 1 year. If you put all other politicians from the days of Gary and Blaze, and you account all the lies they told, the Prime Minister of Grenada now would beat them 300%. I think he is well qualified to have been the worst Prime Minister in Grenada in the last 7, 8, 9 decades. You see, he sat down and planned to lie. Other politicians might have been speaking and excite the truth or tell lies. But the Prime Minister came with a package of lies. And he said it with a straight face. You listen to me, the one he told Mr. Forrester. The Prime Minister said it is not transformation, but restorative justice. The Prime Minister of the Public Service Commission and the President of the Teachers Union seems to be agents of restorative justice. He has decided that information is on a need-to-know basis. So he walk away from press conferences and dialogue with even his friendly press, Dr. Bob and the photogenic one. And even in Parliament, he refuses to answer questions and show the Public Service Commission for public ridicule. What is the reason the government fired the Labour Commissioner? Look at what the Prime Minister said. And he seems to be doing total different. From promising to lease 2 planes or buy 2 planes. And then he stand up and say, as if he did not know plane have to license. And you have to have permission to travel, for plane to land in other people's country. If you buy a bike in Grenada, you have to have license and insurance. But the Prime Minister decided it. Look at the Prime Minister's action in the United Nations and his treatment of the Haitians. And I think he is contributing to the treatment of the Haitians in Grenada now by contract workers. I hope he redeem himself and give those Haitians in Grenada stay. Give them work permit in Grenada and let them stay comfortable so they would not be tricked by unscrupulous contract workers who was treating them good. But from the time he fired the Haitians, prevented them from landing in Grenada, those contractors changed their attitude and they started to take advantage on Haitian workers. And I continue to believe and feel, as you're on this program and you hold discussion, a lot of members of the National Democratic Congress cannot defend the NDC actions. Some of them downright shame of the NDC arrogance and disrespect. And we come to the end of our program today, and we may have a rebroadcast tomorrow, and we're back with you again. Thank you very much.